Huh?
It would probably be as some women can wear pants and can't, and some men might be able to wear the skirt and others can't.
Yeah. What would determine who should wear what?
Well, if they can... I still like a masculine man. If he can wear a skirt and still appear masculine, fine.
Anybody on this side? You like it. It's a good idea. Those earphones are... If you'd unplug the earphones on them, thank you. Anyone else with any feelings? Yes, ma'am. You'll stand, please.
I think if men are going to wear these dresses, they shouldn't be just copies of what women are wearing now. It should be something different, a different type of style.
Like?
Well, I don't think just seeing them in a skirt and a blouse, but maybe in a one-piece, like a caftan, some type like that.
Why do you think a man would want to wear a skirt?
To be different. It's the only reason I can think. I don't think it's for comfort.
Isn't a skirt more comfortable?
Not always. Why are so many women wearing slacks?
But if they're not comfortable, why wear a skirt at all?
Well, there are times when you just feel you should.
Because the neighbors say you should.
No, where the occasion calls for it. We're more formal.
So a skirt means formality?
To most women now, I believe it does.
It does not mean comfort.
Well...
A skirt is less comfortable? Why don't you get out of the business of wearing them then? Why should you go through life? Well, that's right, you are. You wanted to say what? You'll stand?
I'd just like to say that it's taken women centuries to get out of their skirts and into slacks and into something they can move around in. Why do the men want to wear the skirts now?
Maybe the roles are changing. Tell you what. All right, now let's talk with them. Would you please welcome David Hall and William Cushing? Come on in here, fellas. What do you think? Oh, that's a pretty nice hand for a... What do you think? What? I mean, you want to say?
Well, if you're going to wear a skirt, we wouldn't wear a skirt with familaris. We would wear high heels or something. Why don't you do that?
Is that what you want them to do?
Yeah.
Now, are you serious?
If they're going to wear a skirt, then
you want to go all the way.
Project the whole image.
Oh, hang on, you have no mic. You didn't what?
I didn't bring my high heels today. Yeah. I have some, and I think they're good exercise for the legs, but today I thought I'd look better in my familaris. Sorry, I didn't meet your expectations.
Why are you doing this? Is this a gag, and are you trying to get on TV, or what's going on here?
Perhaps all of the above, Phil. But I really think the time has come for men to change. We're always applying technology outside ourselves. Let's think now, if we really want to advance technology, let's apply it to ourselves. And if we're talking about equality, let's have the appearance of equality. And the only way we can do this is for men to change into the only alternative garment that exists. Let's face it, there are only two kinds of garments, pants and skirts. And if we were to make an analogy to food, you know, it would be like this. Women would eat meat and vegetables, and men would eat meat only. If we think of food, clothing, and shelter as the basics of life, then, you know, there's some very obvious reasons why men should wear skirts if we believe in equality.
I wear them because I find them more comfortable in pants.
The air circulates?
Yeah, that's for sure. Okay, what I do is I design. I'm a designer.
You figure, look, body temperature, and any more, you know, the tighter trousers get, the more uncomfortable they are.
Sure. Oh, for sure. Yeah, I design my clothes. Like, I have clothes in the winter. My winter skirts are real warm. In fact, I'll guarantee most anyone that's ever stood up and talked with me out in the cold, they'll start shivering before I do. And then I have my garments. I've got these jumper garments made out of vinyl that are just super in the hot weather. Really? They're just so cool.
Yeah. Well, they do look kind of nice. Look how thrilled this person is to be here. You want to stand for just a moment? 2 years you waited for your tickets, and this is the show. That's right. What do you know, live and let live.
Well, that's what I say.
If this makes them happy, what do we care? Who are they hurting?
They're not hurting anybody.
It looks kind of silly to me.
All right, there are more issues. Thanks for being here. We'll get some beer after the show. Yeah. Yes.
I want to say something. You know how some fellas, they have this middle-aged big belly, right? You know, always pulling up their trousers and stuff. Well, you know, the perfect garment's a flowing garment, goes right down over it, and it
Hides a lot of...
shows so much, and they don't have to worry about keep pulling it up all the time.
These folks are serious, and they want to make what? Yes. You want to stand for just...
I can't see a whole lot right here, and I was wondering if they could stand up on the little things.
Sure. You want to just go up there and model for us? Sure. Be happy to. We just be careful now. Don't split your skirt. Just get up on that roster there. You're trying what?
I'm trying to envision my husband, because my husband has very nice legs. Yeah. But I don't believe that he would wear a skirt. I think he would find it totally non-functional for his activity.
You don't have a mic, Bill. We'll give you a chance here in just a moment. I just want to say, this young man on the platform here, actually, did they throw your son out of school? I mean, you had a problem. All right, we'll give you a chance to talk about that. You went to a PTA meeting in a skirt. All right. We hope you'll join us.
One look at Natalie Wood's hands, and you see it. She's discovered new Raintree hand and body lotion.
If I were you, new Raintree's the last hand lotion I'd ever try. It's that good, and it's that greaseless. Raintree adds natural protein powder. It gets the greasy feel out, puts the softness in. Softness your skin absorbs instantly.
New Raintree hand and body lotion with protein.
Raintree may be the last hand lotion you ever try. It's that good, and it's that greaseless.
Hey, Ma, your college boy's home.
I bet you're hungry.
Hungry for your beef and gravy. What about Scruffy?
He gets his own beef gravy meals. Gravy Train.
Add warm water to the leading dry dog food, it gets wet. Gravy Train makes a real beef gravy meal.
A lot like my homemade.
Add another beef gravy fan to the family. Hey, Scruffy.
Gravy Train dog food, the beef gravy meal with homemade appeal.
Electronics, secretarial, accounting, word processing, drafting, computer programming. Heald colleges can provide you with the skills you need to begin a career with the future. Day and evening classes are forming now. Financial aid is available. For drafting and electronics, call Heald Institute of Technology. For accounting, secretarial, word processing, and computer programming, call Heald Business College. Careers begin at Heald. Get yours started today. Check the yellow pages under schools for the Heald College nearest you.
Which of these two great dishwashers is best, KitchenAid or Maytag? Compare. Maytag uses less energy. Maytag has more water action from more directions. Maytag has more cleaning jets, 55, not just 23. Result? Maytag gets your dishes cleaner in the cycle recommended for tough daily loads. KitchenAid or Maytag? The facts say, look into a Maytag.
Save on any Maytag dishwasher at American Appliance and TV Pleasanton and Miller's San Jose.
The caller there?
Yes, I am.
What did you, how do you feel about this?
I think it's ridiculous. I just can't believe that you're advocating something like that. I mean, I've seen some nutty shows, but this one takes the cake.
Well, yeah. All right, first of all, let me just say this. David has been joined by his wife, Felicity. David is not gay and is not a transvestite, unless you want to really get into a Webster definition here. William Cushing is similarly not gay. I assume that it's not that they have anything against gay people. It's just that that is a confusion that sometimes accompanies this activity. And you say it's silly. You know, tell me why it's silly.
Why it's, I mean, it's enough that you don't say that they're not gay or anything, but when I see something like this, it's the first thing I think of. And I can't see any straight, well-looking man coming out like that.
But they want to know, why should they conform to your stereotypical view of men?
maybe because of the fact that I'm so used to seeing men in slacks, but it's just, you said the one guy.
Why? Here's another question. Here a minute. If you can wear, do you wear slacks?
Yes, I do.
Why can't they wear a skirt then?
Because it just doesn't seem. I can't see. If my husband came home like that, I think I'd be hitting a psychiatrist the next day. I can't see that. And you said the one guy even went to school.
Yeah.
Dressed like that.
Yeah. What will happen if this catches on?
I hope I don't see the day that it does.
Well, because you're afraid of what?
I'm not afraid of anything. I just can't see. I can't. You've got me so shook up here, I can't even talk.
Exactly. Well, hang on a minute. You want to talk to her?
Well, I could.
Yes, please do, Mrs. Hall. Yeah, what?
Well, you know, the first time David put on a skirt, I also nearly hit the psychiatrist the next day because I felt very threatened by the whole thing, and I had to look at myself very carefully to see why I felt so threatened and to think how I could feel it was fair for me to be able to wear pants or skirts whenever I felt like and him not to. And it's taken actually quite a few years. I mean, I still battle him on occasions about this whole issue. And I think it is very difficult for us women to understand because we've never been restricted as to what we wear. We can put on what we feel like.
Yeah, but is this a political statement he's making or what?
No, I think it's a statement of freedom.
I'd like to say something, too, also, I intend to work in this area. I'm studying to become a counselor. And I'd like to work in the area of gender identity and counseling, etc. And what's happened is I'm afraid that so many people in this country are changing their sex, the males, because they're so trapped into their stereotype. They don't dare to do anything different. If they put on a dress to go out in public, they have to impersonate a woman. They may not be a homosexual or bisexual, but that's the thing. And they have transvestite groups across this country where men get together and they all like to wear skirts and dresses and they think they got to impersonate women and group together. And I want to address this.
The Bohemian Club north of San Francisco has some of our very important political figures who belong to it.
So what? I don't understand the point. So if you want to do that, and that's fine.
No, the
we
point
don't
is
care.
this.
They don't hurt anybody.
Why do you have to do it in the closet?
I see.
As an engineer, this is really an engineering question. You see, we're all born naked. Clothing is a form of technology. We don't come to this planet with clothing. So we have to invent clothing that's suitable for us to work in the world. And working in the world is not the only thing we have to do. We think that pants is the thing for working. What about leisure? Men do not have any leisure garments like women do. This is the kind of thing that's ideal to wear around the house. And let's face it, women live longer than men. 10 years longer on the whole. And, you know, we talk about equality.
And I don't understand how the skirt's going to help that.
Well, because I think that if a man can come home after a busy day at the office or working and change his attitude with his clothing, because let's face it, clothing affects consciousness.
Yes.
And this is a movement in consciousness.
I think your outfit looks very nice on you, but I want to know, do you have children?
I have 4 sons.
How do they feel about this?
Well, they have taken a little while to get used to this. And I asked my eldest son, who's 23, yesterday, if they asked me this question on the show, what should I say? And he said, well, you can say that I think it looks a little stupid and it doesn't do much for you, but I'm used to it now and I think it's okay.
I think it's very threatening to my femininity. I would never go out with a guy who wore a skirt or makeup or anything like that. It's very uncomfortable, and I can't see you guys going into an interview, let's say, with the president of IBM or something like that. I don't think it's going to be socially acceptable by the business.
But neither was hair over the years in the early 60s.
I don't think this is going to catch on.
What about the way you threaten me with your femininity? Now, all that
You're
makeup
a man.
and jewelry.
I'm a woman, and I am.
You think a man is never threatened?
This new freedom movement really scares me. All this new free to be, you know, what you want to be, and
That scares you.
it scares me a lot.
It is scary. Life is scary.
We shouldn't be free to be what we want.
I think that in any society there's going to be a social way to live. I think that in any kind of society there is.
Who do they hurt? Why do we care?
They don't hurt anybody, and that's fine if they want to do it. I'm saying that I'd kill my kids if they ever did it. I would never allow it, and I would divorce my husband if he did it. I could not live
you've
with
got
that.
a problem.
Divorce your husband over a skirt.
I think it's square.
Can I ask you, do you wear slacks?
it doesn't
I don't
hurt
see
to
anything
like-
wrong with it at all. I think people should be able to wear what they're comfortable in as long as they're presentable. I prefer slacks myself, but if you feel...
I think this woman, I don't think that we should diminish her feelings, and I think she speaks for a lot of folks. She'd kill her kids at the end.
It doesn't bother me. I don't have any children, but I don't know. I think I'm more flexible, I guess.
May I ask that woman a question?
Sure.
Whether she believes in equality or prefers discrimination. You've got that choice. If you prefer discrimination, you prefer to agree with the country where I come from, which is South Africa, where they call it apartheid, which is discrimination. Now, are you for that, or are you for equality, which
I
is
do
the
admit
idea?
that I do discriminate. If this is discrimination, yes, I do discriminate. I don't agree with it at all. I couldn't. I would
Would
never
you then
accept
at least
it. I would
be-
never hire you.
Would you then at least be fair and not wear pants again? Let's have a fair agreement.
It's socially acceptable. And
No,
maybe in 20 years...
How did it get that way?
Look, do you have any idea how many women stood up on talk shows right after World War II and said, can you imagine these masculine women wearing pants?
In 20 years, maybe it will be acceptable. Right now, it's not acceptable, and I cannot see myself accepting it, or anybody else. Well, maybe there are a few people in the audience who do, but I think generally speaking...
Are we going to go through life just accepting all of the conventions that are forced upon us by a society? What boats are you going to rock? And what waves are you going to make? And what things are you going to do that aren't popular and risky?
Probably a lot, but I know that these men...
You don't want to throw yourself on the sword for skirts.
No,
for men.
it's not socially acceptable.
Can I ask you a question?
Yes.
Okay, I find skirts real comfortable and dresses real comfortable, right? Now, if you didn't want to see a male or a male not be acceptable to do this is where I think a general attitude, and I think that's why so many men impersonate women when they wear dresses and skirts, and I think that's why so many are changing their sex. Now, would you want to have a male have to change his sex because that he wanted to wear a skirt or a dress, or would you say, gee, it's women wear pants and the same thing as a man, as long as he's not impersonating a woman. See, I'm not impersonating a woman. And the only difference in this suit is that I don't have trousers on, I have a skirt, which is freer. I'm freer in the crotch. You know,
How
I'm
far
kinda
do we go,
comfortable.
though? What's the limit? I feel more comfortable when I'm in my bra and panties. No, when I come home, I rip them off. But am I going to go out in the street in my bra and panties? No.
Well,
I'm not gonna- how
that's
far
not
do
the
you go?
same. See, that's not the same arena. All we're talking about is we're talking about inanimate material. In this case, it's a skirt versus a pair of trousers. And actually, by medical reasons, it's healthier for a male to be wearing this kind of a garment. He's not all cramped up and et cetera, you know.
Well, be healthy.
I don't think that it will ever catch on or anything, but as a woman, and I have worn dresses and everything, I think it changes how you feel about yourself. Like, I feel different in a dress than I do pants. And I would think that would be true of men. Do you?
So you're saying, yeah, so it's okay with you?
Well, I don't know. I mean, that might be what threatens people.
We have a gentleman in our hometown that dresses in skirts all the time, and that's his reason. If women can wear pants, he can wear dresses.
And he gets waited on real fast at the shopping.
I was just wondering, you claim that it's much more comfortable to be at home in your skirt. I love to wear a dress or a skirt, but when I get home, it's the jeans on and the knees up. It's not very flattering to have your legs up in the air watching television with a skirt on.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you guys have any trouble getting out of a cab?
One has to practice moving in a skirt in a different way. As that woman said, it does make you feel different. But this is one of the advantages. I think we need some change now. We need change towards something that's a bit more peaceful. I think we're finding that there's a great wave of violence. And to me, this is a kind of a disarmament uniform. I think our business suit is a thinly disguised military uniform. And, you know, we live 15 minutes away from a nuclear holocaust. If somebody pushes that button on the big one, we're all gone, you know, the Russians and us.
And this, what? How does this diminish that?
This is a kind of disarmament uniform, as I see it, because it gets men in touch with their softer
I
feelings.
see, and it reduces the bully boy macho kind of...
I think so, yes. That's my feeling.
Could I say something on that, too? Two things. One is, I design skirts for chopping wood, going hunting, and everything. I design them for what I do, so it doesn't restrict me in my movements. Now, I also want to say something about this, that when I grown up, I was real stereotyped, come from a middle-class family, I was real macho. I felt I had to do this macho trip.
Right.
And secretly, I'd run in the closet and put on dresses and skirts all the time I got a chance. So So what I found is that now that I'm more androgynous, and androgynous is freeing myself of roles, that I find that I don't have all prove myself all the time. You know, I can be, you know, kick back. See, this is me, and except that I'm not role playing as heavy as I used to.
Who's got, you have a, you like, is it a catalog?
I have a
You do?
mail order catalog.
Okay, it's still not burning the town down, though, right? I mean, you got...
No.
Yeah, all right.
I have had hundreds of letters from people, though, inquiring about it,
Okay.
asking for my book.
So you really actually have a line, then?
Oh, definitely,
Okay.
yes.
And we're going to show it off. We will show it off
We
on this
have a
program.
few-
All right, Michael?
Right.
Here is from the, I assume, David Hall collection.
Right.
Michael, there you are.
I have a label
All
of
right.
skirts for men.
What do you think?
This is Michael wearing a wrap skirt and kaibob Indian boots and fairly regular...
Look how comfortable Michael is. Michael is one of Chicago's most sought-after male models, and they'll never accuse him of turning down a controversial assignment. How do you feel? Different. He feels comfortable, he says. Socially, you're a little... Yeah, he feels socially a little funny in a room of 200-plus women. Yeah. Yes, ma'am. Just stand there a minute, if you would, Mike. Let's look it over.
Does he have a line of things that you wear under these outfits?
Underalls.
I have certainly gone into that, right. It's something one has to consider. What does one wear underneath? And, you know, the freest thing, obviously, is nothing. But regular underwear, as the Scottish do with their kilts. I believe the Sergeant Major has a little mirror on his boot, and when he goes down the line, he makes
Is that how he checks, is it?
That's the
All
story
right.
I've heard.
Michael, I think we have some other garments for you to try on, so you're excused. If you don't, leave us, though, because we want to see more. Thank you, Michael. We'll see you in just a moment, and we'll be back in just one moment.
Star TV's Toys for Kids half-off installation special and a great holiday package for you. Sensational sports like Warriors basketball, 2 big fight nights with Chandler, Hearns, and Ali, plus NFL football, and movies like Kramer versus Kramer and a terrific Gene Kelly Film Festival. Call now, get half-off installation with our Toys for Kids special. Your holidays will be brighter with Star. Call now, 875-1211.
I'm Gene Mayer of Mayer's Jewelers. We know the value of quality jewelry and special gifts, so let Mayer's Jewelers' half-century of experience serve you. We have men's diamond rings for $599 and this 5mm gold band for $79, or pearls for every season 18-inch necklace, just $360. In Contra Costa County, Mayer's Jewelers has 2 locations in Antioch, Summersville Road in the County East Mall, and 516 2nd Street downtown. Mayer's Jewelers is for you.
Do you or someone you love have a drinking problem? We at Star Lodge Hospital can and will aid any person who wants to stop and help restore them to physical, social, and emotional health. At Star Lodge Hospital, we have one of the most intensive and comprehensive therapy programs available today. Call us. Most medical insurance policies will cover. Remember, there are no hopeless cases at Star Lodge Hospital. Life can be beautiful. We can help because we sincerely care.
Hello, my name is Irene Sargent. This year, the city of Oakland will be aglow with the lights, music, and festivities of Oakland Celebration, with floating trees on Lake Merritt, street decorations, the Jack London Christmas tree, and singers and musicians throughout the city. We have the beginning of something special. Because we care enough, the dream became a reality. To become a part of this dream, please call 451-7800, extension 16. Thank you.
Hi there. I'm glad you waited. Is the caller there?
Yes, good morning.
Yeah, how do you feel about this?
Well, first off, let me just make one quick comment. Mr. Cushing, I believe, said there was a medical reason for wearing skirts. That's extremely untrue. The male testicles have to be at a deficit or have to be 2 degrees less than the body.
I think it's less than that. I think they're at about 94. That's the truth.
It's between 2 and 3 degrees.
Oh, okay, right.
In pants.
In order to manufacture sperm.
Excuse me?
In order to manufacture sperm.
Right. In pants.
That's correct. The reason that they're outside the body is because the temperature is different. Okay, and your point is what?
Okay, well, anyway, I attend the University of Wisconsin.
Yeah.
There's a bar up here called Going My Way. It's a gay bar.
Yeah.
And some of the customers there wear skirts. One night, a couple of them wandered into another bar down the street, and there was quite a ruckus about it.
I know. What, they have a fight or what?
Yeah.
Yeah, wonderful. That's terrific.
So,
Yeah, so your point is what?
well, I feel that at this point in time that most males aren't going to accept skirts. It's not the normal.
No, but neither was hair over your ears in 1962. So what? And I'll bet you your hair is over your ears now.
Correct.
Okay.
Right.
You know what else I'll bet you?
Tell me.
I'll bet you've worn some jewelry over the past 10 years, on and off.
Well, not earrings.
But remember, if a guy wore an ID bracelet, my dear, you'd start a fight in a bar.
Well,
a chain around the neck?
yeah, I suppose, but I can't see myself swishing down in a skirt.
All right, but because some insecure macho guys in a bar after 3 beers want to fight when they see a skirt, does that mean that therefore the men shouldn't wear them?
Oh, no, definitely not. I was, that's, if the person wants to wear a skirt, great.
But the fight in the bar, the men who are fighting in the bar are telling us more about themselves than they want us to know.
Well, right, they're very insecure about how would you put it, gaiety? They're very insecure, maybe about their own masculinity.
Yeah.
But,
aren't we smart here? I mean, all you got to do is just let us talk and take notes.
I'd like
here.
to say something to him if I could. Okay, one time I was wearing my tight trousers, back a few years ago, and I had to go to the doctor because I had problems because of the trousers being tight. They caused problems to me. And also, as far as the testes is concerned, it's my understanding that the cooler is more helpful.
The less binding they are,
Right,
the more
and the
likely it
less
is that the
binding.
environment will produce maximum sperm.
Much
Yes,
healthier
that's
in
a
that
fact.
sense for the...
I feel kind of funny about them right now, but I think I could learn to accept it. But I'm wondering, where do you wear it? I mean, you've got a nice 3-piece suit on, but I really couldn't see you out in an office right now with that on.
Why?
Because it isn't accepted yet. It might be in time, but I couldn't see you out there right now.
Can I say, when the women started wearing pants to the office, they had problems too. And it's the same kind of thing now as the males starting to do it. It's like what the women did. They had the problems in the schools and et cetera.
Back here.
Well,
Phil?
Hang on a minute.
Sure.
What I want to say is men right now are under a lot of attack. There are big changes, and I wouldn't be a bit surprised to see skirts on men. In business, I'm running into a lot more women. The male establishment is under a big attack right now.
Right.
And the way I see it, there are a lot of more women bringing home the money, and I think that men are probably going to take a back seat, and they may be raising children and work.
Except that they don't want to get into the same stereotype bag. That just reverses roles and makes, you know what I'm saying? They don't think wearing a skirt should be identified with peeling potatoes or baking cupcakes.
Right, well, I agree with you.
Okay. But it sounds to me like what you're saying is this with role reversals and men staying home, that they ought to wear skirts while the women put on slacks and go out and become vice chairman of the IBM Corporation.
Well, I think that it's just part of it. I think eventually it's just going to mesh. Men and women will be men and women. They're not going to be men and women.
More than that, who we are and how we behave and how we feel about each other and ourselves should not have to do with what the clothing that we're wearing. That's their point.
Well, yeah, I can go on it.
Well, I was going to say, I think this is more or less what David and I have done. I mean, I have my own career, and I do my thing, and he does his thing, and we both share most things, including clothes.
I really like your outfit a lot. However, would you stand up for a moment, please? Turn around.
Sure. I've got a microphone.
Sir, from the back, I can't tell you if you're a boy or a girl.
That's true. That's true.
Is this what you're trying to accomplish?
Hold it. That's true whether he's wearing blue jeans or not.
Oh, I wouldn't say so. I wouldn't say that, Phil.
Oh, yes.
I have what I would call a pride in masculinity.
Yes.
I want to be a man. I want to appear to look like a man. In a skirt, you don't look like a man.
Tell me why you want to appear to look like
Because that's what all men want to be men.
Sir.
That's natural, Phil.
But who decided how men appear?
History has. History.
You weren't born with your
Sir?
pants on, sir.
Do I look like
I
a
wasn't
man?
a man when I was born, sir. I was a baby.
Has anybody watched?
Sir, do I look like a man?
Yes, you do.
Okay,
When you
thank
turn
you.
around, I have to think twice.
When I see...
I mean, I could whistle, too, you know?
Okay, when I see people, when I see guys and gals walking down the street from behind, they both have long hair, they both got blue jeans on, I can't tell if they're a boy or a girl.